Welcome to the Geek EMT Podcast. Always a geek, always EMF. Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of the Geek EMT Podcast with me, Chris Lakis, and again, I have such a great, wonderful guest with me today, whatever you listen to this morning, whatever. It is Denise. Her handle is, go ahead, Denise. Say
The Boo Boo Bus Driver.
Yeah! And I was gonna say your last name, but I knew I'll just mess it up. So
That's fine.
I just know you're Denise the Boo Boo Bus Driver.
That's right.
So
I could tell you my name, but you're not going to remember it. If you hear it before you see it, it's like. But if you see it first and then you hear it, it kind of warps your brain.
yeah, I was gonna make it Frenchy, like Bashoshe.
But George knows. Bjorgi. It's Scandinavian. Scandinavian.
It's not even close. Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'll be like Jordan. Took a hiatus for 3 months. Michael Jordan. It's so good to be back on here.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be back.
Yes. Let's just catch up. How are things? What is new in the Denise life of the Boo Boo Bus?
Well, Denise is on the home stretch of her bachelor's. I am getting a bachelor's in psychology with an emphasis in mental health. I graduate, we walk in October. Columbia Southern University does like a once a year thing. So I'm going to go to the beach for a week and then I'm going to go walk and do that. Orange Beach, Alabama. Yep. Yep. So that is, on the horizon. I just recently went through a critical incident stress management class and became a peer support person. So the agency I work at, we are kind of revamping our peer support team. And then within our area, we have a larger peer support team that I'm now a part of. So that's new. I feel like there's something else, but I can't remember what it is.
That sounds like a lot.
I have a lot. I have a lot going on right now. I don't know which way is up.
I'm gonna take a nap. Well, briefly about yourself. So that's new. Briefly tell us about again, guys. I had recorded our first episode together. I took a hiatus from EMS and podcasting. So she's back. Tell us about where you're from. What do you do?
I am originally from Springfield, Missouri. I no longer live in Springfield, but I live close. I am an EMT FTO with my agency, which is a county. It's a district, ambulance district for the county. And so I work there full time. And I'm been married, just had my 31st wedding anniversary.
I saw that. Congratulations. Happy
anniversary. Thanks. I can't believe anybody's put up with me for 3 years, let alone 31.
You did say that.
It's facts. It's facts.
And I love how you posted about how you met your husband, and like we talked about that in the episode together. But I love the post that you did, and I told that to my partner. Her name's Heather. I said, Heather, she's just like you. She goes, what do you mean? Well, she kicked her future husband off she just kicked him out. Like, what are you doing here? I'm here to help. I don't care.
I don't know who you are. Yeah, get out.
So love it.
I'm never gonna live that down. Yeah,
no, it's a great story.
So yeah, he's a retired firefighter. He now is a board of director for a local fire district. He still teaches for our state university and works for a pretty well-known company within the public service industry. And that's about all I'm going to say about that.
Cool.
Because I don't know if I'm supposed to say it or not, so I'm not gonna.
No.
So it's not that I'm ashamed of it. I'm just trying to.
No.
Not plug, unnecessarily plug stuff. And then we have a son who's 25. He, much to our chagrin, has followed in our footsteps and is in the family business.
Nice.
He is a career firefighter in our town that we live in, the city. And we actually used to work, like that was his first big boy job when he got out of high school, was he went to work for the ambulance district that I work for. And he just finally left. He was PRN and he just finally was like, no, I'm busy. I want to focus on teaching and doing all that stuff. So that's what he's doing. And he's also a lieutenant on a local volunteer department in the county. So the boy's a little obsessed and ate up.
He followed in your footsteps. I would love for my son to follow in my footsteps, but I don't know if you agree with this or not. I don't know if this is controversial, but I don't like where I work. I think the culture makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I think the culture over there where you guys are at makes perfect sense. And
Our culture is amazing.
yeah.
I see so many people, I'm on so many different groups in Facebook and all that, and people are just always griping about the toxicity, the lack of resources, the lack of support. Now, I'm not
And
going to
we've
say
talked.
things. Yeah,
And
you
we've
and I have
talked.
talked
Yeah.
extensively about that.
Yeah.
We have an amazing ambulance district, and we've got all the toys,
Yeah.
and our
Yeah.
stuff is nice.
Yeah.
And we have a what they call a just culture. We joke, if you wreck a truck, you're probably going to get promoted.
Mm. Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
can pretty much do anything but lie or kill someone. Ooh, can I say that word? Unalive someone. So where I work, I feel like is the exception to the rule. And I'm sorry for everybody else because I wish everybody could have what I have.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. So I'm going to be thankful and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, where I work, couple there are a couple good squads, but where I work is great. And like follow up what you said, great equipment, great staff. Clientele's always gonna be clientele no matter where you're at. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Our clientele that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
I think that will always be the same no matter where you're at.
Hmm.
Just it just elevates a little bit more depending on how how clientels are or patients. Okay, cool.
So
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's it. I mean, I don't
yeah.
know. I try to balance and have hobbies. I read. I've been trying to do book reviews on my TikTok and I've been terrible at it here lately. I have literally two or three new books on my Kindle that I haven't read, and I have a stack of, I counted yesterday, 10 paperbacks sitting on my desk to read, and I'm failing miserably at getting those done. I have one author that I promised I would read her book, and I'm about halfway through it, and it's a whole thing. But I have a garden and I have chickens, and so I do Meemaw stuff too.
Cool. Cool. Oh, Mima stuff?
Meemaw,
Mima? Wait a minute, Mima.
yeah,
Like, wait.
like Meemaw hobbies,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
chicken farming and
Yep.
farming
Yep. Yep.
and hand knitting and
Okay. I get
making
what you're saying.
blankets and
Listen, I
stuff.
think Missouri is like you're so southern. You got the accent, like you're there. Like when I talk to you, it's home.
What what
It's
is
like
so
you want to go fishing. Okay, well, let's go
Yeah.
fishing.
I
Like
What is so funny, so my husband is a Youper. He's from way the heck up north in Michigan and
okay,
very northern and very y'all for sure you betcha, especially
yep,
when he's back up there.
yep,
So very northern, and I am somewhat southern.
yeah. Oh, I
I
do.
are, but my vocabulary, I articulate like a northerner, but I draw it out like a southerner.
Yep, I
So
know.
somebody asked me, they're like, "What are you?" It's
Mm,
like
mm-hmm.
it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's like when I talk, like the only thing I can't keep up is my pace of talk. I can talk fast, but my mumble. So take somewhat fast, slow pace with Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Take that, and
Yep,
that's what you got. I call it the Yankee Southern Yank.
it's
That's
something,
where I'm at. That's where I'm
something,
at.
something. That's fair.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's another question for the geekies.
Okay,
We'll get a little bit geeky. You love music, right?
I do.
For the love of God, I hope I answered the question was right. What do you love?
Do I love country?
Yeah.
So yes. Is it something I
Mm-hmm.
listen to every day? It
Mm-hmm.
depends. I kind of go back and forth on my playlist.
What do you listen to?
For country or for
Everything.
right now?
No, every music. You got it. You love music, so
So on my, and then this is gonna show my age. My partner makes fun of me for this because I still have Pandora. Yeah, Yeah. So right now, a lot of stuff like Taylor Swift. I don't know why, but I don't know why. I'm not really a Swiftie, but I
You're
do
just
like
feeling. You're feeling the Tay Tay. That's what you're feeling.
some of it. I don't like
I'd
all of
rather.
her music, but
Okay.
I do have my Taylor Swift channel curated perfectly, which includes a lot of other stuff too. But then I have a Miranda Lambert channel.
Okay. See a
Uh,
theme.
say that again.
I see a theme.
I think, yeah,
Just Miranda's a little bit more violent about it.
I endorse that 100%. But then I have my 80s rock
Okay.
because I am a child of the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So, my Def Leppard and
Yeah.
my Skid Row
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
then I even have a channel that, like has the Eagles and
Okay.
Kansas
Yeah.
and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the mood I'm in.
Okay. Okay.
Heck, I've even got a channel that's like Pitbull and
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit. I worked a Pitbull concert
Really? How
summer
was that? How was that?
before last. Yeah. And I was like, I really didn't know anything about him. I didn't realize that I liked as much of his music as I did because I just
Yeah.
didn't realize it was his.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a night where we had 50 Cent
Nice.
and Pitbull in concert
Yes.
and I got to work that.
Nice.
And I went in with zero expectations and I had a ball. I was down on the ground level right in front of the stage is where I
Yeah.
worked.
Mm-hmm.
I was dancing. I was having a good old time. I mean, there's nothing like somebody in uniform and a vest on that's, dancing a pit bull, but you gotta
I'll
have a little
record it.
fun.
I would record it. I'm like, look at that
We were
crazy lady.
having me and the officers, we were having a great time.
That's a
I have a
great
pic.
human side. That's a great human side. Like these
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
human.
we're just like mingling with the crowd and just having a good time. And we're there if something happened. And fortunately, not much happened that night. It's a big venue, and there's a lot of us that work at. But yeah, and I got to meet 50 Cent.
I
I have a
love 50 Cent.
picture.
I
I
love 50 Cent.
have
He's a
a
great businessman.
picture.
He's a great
Yes,
businessman.
I have a picture, but it's horrible
That's right. You
because
did tell me.
yes,
You gotta post it on TikTok. You gotta do it.
man. So I'll have to set the scene for you. You've seen the movie The Great Outdoors with John Candy?
Love that movie.
Yeah. So remember when he gets kicked off the horse and he walks back to where they started and his hair's all slicked back and he's like, and he's all sweaty?
That's you. Okay.
That's what I look like with
Okay.
50 Cent. It's terrible. It is awful. I mean, I'm in my uniform. I've got my vest on. I've got, radio, my IFAC. I mean, I'm just loaded for bear. I'm hot. It's like 90 degrees even at 11 o'clock at night. And yeah, it's a terrible picture and I'm really bummed about
All right. Well,
it. Had a
you want
great
me if
time.
you want me to prejudge it, so we can get this on TikTok.
I'll send it to you, but yeah, you'll agree. You're like, that's not flattering. We're not
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah, it's bad.
Before we get really started, so I love music. I absolutely a geek of music. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's a geek of something. Geek of sports,
For
geek
sure.
of music, geek of movies, geek of franchises. I mean, I don't know where that came from. I love NASCAR, love F1, love college football. I'm a big Alabama fan. I grew up in Birmingham. I'm a big Dallas fan.
Oh, that was the team. Yep.
We them boys. I think our relationship has now ended.
No, I really can't. I can't say much about them. There's worse, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, we have. I listen. I am on the train. That I love Jerry. Well, he needs to go. Just I love him. Time
well,
to go.
bless his heart, time is not on that man's side.
Time is not on that man's side. I want the water what
And
he drinks.
I will be curious to see what the
His son's
family does with that.
his son's
So,
ready to take over.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. The only thing I didn't like about them was when I watched the series about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
didn't finish it. My wife and I started it, but we didn't finish it.
I was really disappointed. I did not realize what a full-time, part-time job that was.
That's a full time, part time job. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it doesn't pay great,
I
and
know.
the rules.
Yeah,
I
it's a
like
little.
rules, but it's a lot.
I think that's what happened to me in the last show. Anyway, yeah. So I love. So my foundation's country.
Okay.
70s, 80s, 90s, 60s, 90s,
The
early
90s country a
2000s.
lot. Yeah.
Like I like some country now. If you really listen to country, Luke
Yeah.
Combs, Riley Green, Lainey
Yeah.
Wilson, Ella McCahey, I forgot her name, Ella McCahey,
I really like Toby Keith. I
Toby
miss
Keith.
him. I really
So
liked him.
if you really listen to country now, those artists are just leading the way.
Hmm.
Miranda Lambert, she's still there. Lainey Wilson is like one of my favorite. So is Riley
Yeah,
Green.
she's good.
But then you got like I grew up with '90s music. I'm a big geek of music, and I love
Yeah.
music totally. So foundationally, this country, because my daddy, his uncle was part of a band, and they wrote music with Hank Williams and Elvis Presley. So
Very
there's
cool.
there's roots.
Very cool.
So and of course Alabama,
Well, yeah.
like
I actually saw Alabama in concert when I was a kid.
really,
They came to the
wow.
Missouri. They came to the Missouri State Fair one year. I was in elementary school, and I got to see Alabama one night and the Beach Boys the other.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was
God,
pretty awesome.
and I love all that type. Like I love 60s music, 70s music. I can go all the way back to the 40s. I love jazz. So big geek in that. So
Yeah,
foundationally, though, it's country, then metal, and then rock.
that's fair.
That's
Yeah.
about right. Yeah, and then hip hop and rock. So we are here to talk about what we brought in Denise, and we've been talking about this, and she's been posting. You've been posting. I've been posting the mental health and EMS field. And if you have, and I'm talking to you and the crowd out there, the two, now shaking, is that mental health is being talked about in every aspect of the first responders. It goes all the way up to 911, goes all the way to police, fire, EMS.
It needs to.
It does.
We need to be talking about it.
Let's look at it like this. You talk more, and I saw your post. You talk more to the younger,
I do
like
gear a
the
lot of my stuff
students,
towards the younger, yeah,
younger,
and
and
newer, younger, newer, getting started.
so let's do that. If I know what I know now, what would you without the toxicity? Because now I'll talk to a volunteer. I'm like, look, you're signing up one of the greatest jobs in the world. You're gonna have bad peers. You're gonna have good peers. You're gonna have bad calls. You're gonna have good calls. You're gonna have good times. You're gonna have hell times.
Yeah.
So if somebody's coming in, we need you. Like we need you. Like people who are thinking about doing this, we need
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
We absolutely need you. We need to stop
100%.
eating each other, and we need to start like. So if somebody came in, I'd be like, all right, what are you doing? You gonna jump on? You gonna jump on? You're gonna. It's not a pulse and a patch anymore. Like it that needs to stop.
Yeah.
So what do you say if you were kid just got out of school, EMT, firefighter, whatever? What would you say on the mental health aspect to watch yourself out for?
So, first of all, I try to be the person that I needed and didn't have when I started. That's what my goal is with any interaction with, if it's one of my new trainees that we just hired, whether it's a student, I try to be the person that I really needed back in the day when I got into this. So, am I gonna have to kick her out? I'm gonna have to kick her out. Susie has a lot to say. She's very vocal.
Everything can be edited out. So that's
Okay. So, what I would tell them is you have to find your groove. You have to find what's important to you, and you need to be true to yourself.
what do you mean
If
by that?
you
What do you
if
mean
you're
by true to
true to
yourself?
if you're true to yourself, you're how am I going to word this where it makes sense? You know why you're in this. and you need to stay true to that. It's so easy for the lines to get blurred once you get in and you start getting into the mundane, and you're just sitting in the recliner, and you're just like, every time you get a call, you can't buy into that. You have to stay true to what your why. Why are you there? And not be swayed by other people that may not have the same why as you.
Because that
You
you
also,
can easily
yes.
get. Well, I was there.
Yeah. And you need to understand your value system.
Yep.
You need to know there's a difference between being cocky and knowing your worth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And knowing what you bring to the table. And there's nothing wrong with knowing your worth.
Yeah.
And you can do it without being that person.
We know that. Yep. 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 Yep.
So, but there's nothing wrong with that. And then you also have to understand, when you're brand new to this, you may not bring the same things to the table now that you will later, but you need to hone in on what you can bring to the table now, and you need to work on that, excel at that. And I did a video a while back. You remember, it was about when you get invited to like a party, a dinner party or a holiday party, and you're like, what can I bring? And they'll say, just bring cups and ice. That'll be fine, because they know you can't cook, or they know you're going to bring something crappy, from the store.
Yep.
So you get the cups and ice detail.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you're like really good at making a dessert,
Yeah.
or a turkey. Who knows? We
Mm-hmm.
all bring something to the table, and
Mm-hmm.
that can evolve over time. But just knowing what you can do and what you're good at, and knowing your worth and what you
Yeah.
bring to the table,
Yeah.
and just holding your own, and until you can grow
Yeah.
and learn more things and hone
Yep.
your skills.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense,
No,
but
it
it
makes it
just,
makes it makes perfect sense. Like, so go back to your sitting on the recliner. I don't know when that. I don't want to say it's a disease, but that negativity started. I don't know if it was after my fourth, fifth bad call that I've ever had, to where I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore. Why are we going? Why do you want to go? Uh, that negativity killed my. There's a scene in Ladder 49. I will never forget this. I will never forget this line and never forget the scene where the chief, John Travolta, comes up. He's already been promoted. He's out of the station. So, you had that leadership gone, and now it's just Jack. And he goes up to Jack and he goes, "Why aren't you not home?" And Jack's got this PTSD. He's got anxiety. And then John Travolta's character goes, "Do you still love it when you first got in?" I got that back. For some odd reason, somehow I'm very spiritual about this. I got that back. I got back my why. But I'm not stupid, right? I know what we talked about our pet peeves. I know it's there. Okay?
yeah, yeah.
Right? I know it's there. So I don't know when that started, but it did. So every time you got up at that recliner, why are we going? Every time we
Mhm.
got to that same freaking fire, why are we here? Every time we got to get Gam Gam off the floor, why are we here? And then it clicked for me, because even for a car accident, I
Mhm.
was like, what the heck am I doing here?
Mhm.
Can you not just stop being stupid in public, right? But now the perspective, I don't know when it started. I would say it started about 5 to 6 years ago, when I've gone through COVID war, though I had some bad calls. It started.
Mhm.
I don't want to get up from a bunk room. I don't want to get off this recliner. Why do we have to go? Why are we doing this? Like, that all changed because I forgot true to yourself, which is your why, your
Mhm.
reason to be there. And if you forget that, and the standard, right,
Mhm.
and the cocky, not confidence, I
Mhm.
call it confidence.
Mhm.
I don't call it cocky. Like, I call myself Jordan at my job. I'm Michael Jordan. I'm 23. right? So
There.
I'm not 48. I'm not 40. What is it? 42, 42, 8, 23. I'm not 20. I'm 23, right? I'm Michael Jordan. And people are like, some people are like, wow, that's cocky. I'm like, it's not. It's confident. Jordan was humble. He cared about the mission. He cared
Mhm.
about his team. Cared about how perfection looked like, his uniform, his shoes. Like,
His
that's
whole
where
his whole
at
persona.
his whole
Yeah.
persona. And you can look at great athletes, great coach, great peers, great stuff. Like I always try. Like I got shoes that shine.
Hmm.
They're steel toe, and they're for my shorts, for
Hmm.
my uniform shorts, because
Hmm.
we wear shorts during the summertime.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
got
but we don't
these
wear.
nice.
We can wear like tennis shoes, so like I wear black on clouds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But they look good
Yeah.
because
Oh
you
yeah,
look good. It's
yeah.
going to reflect.
Yes, for sure.
So be confident. Don't be cocky. And we
Yeah.
know them.
Hmm.
Right? So you make completely and utterly sense as the fact of true to yourself, your standard, and make sure, I don't know if you agree with this, and maybe you can piggyback on me. Don't push your standard to others, and don't drop your standard from others. That makes
100%.
sense?
Yes,
That makes sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, don't change. If you're going to change, change for the better. If you can learn something from someone, great. If someone has a great habit that they've established that you've picked up, fantastic. But the whole, and I have to, like, when we have students, like we have EMT students that ride with us, because we have several schools that feed in that we precept for them. And I try really hard when we have a student, we don't sit in the recliner. We're in the truck, we're
Mm-hmm.
going over equipment.
Yeah.
I'm making sure they don't have any questions because I see that happen a lot where we're all just sitting in the recliners and the student, what's the student learning from that? Not a
Yep.
freaking thing. They're learning
Yep.
it's okay to be lazy. And so I do try really hard. Now, it's not that I don't ever let them sit, but I try really hard to be like, is there anything you're struggling with? Is there anything you want to go over? Did you see something on the truck you didn't know what it was or you're
Mm-hmm.
curious about?
Yeah.
We always have that conversation. And sometimes instead of even having the TV on, if we are setting, we talk about things and kind of quiz them and stuff. And that's, I try to set the tone for, I mean, if you're learning how to do this job, I don't want you to learn that the recliner's the first place you're going to go when you get to work.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. After 16 going on 17, that has changed.
mhm.
You know, check your truck, check your equipment, check your stuff. I look at the truck differently than most people, so I check the necessities to the non-necessities. Like I'll check the O2 first,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'll check the apparatuses that go with the O2. And then my best friend, name of Lucas,
Lucas.
make sure make sure he's okay. My suction unit. So I look at the truck
The
differently
stuff that's
as
going to make or break your call. If
exactly.
you don't have it ready, it's going to ruin your call.
Here's a question: where's your airway in you guys in the truck? Where's your airway? Like your nasal cannula, OPAs, and all that. Is it the head
Okay.
or is it in the middle?
It's at the head. We actually have our truck. It's designed ABC,
So
basically.
so there you go. So I look at the truck and how I check it, and I try to teach students this. It's like you look at it as a cardiac arrest. That is your main call. That's your Sunday Super Bowl Sunday. That's your so you go through your truck, you go your airway, OPA, nasal cannula, non-rebreather, back valve mask. That's there.
Hmm.
Lucas right here, right? Suction unit right here. Then if
Yeah.
you have a medic who needs to go ahead and intubate, it's right there. So you can grab that stuff. Your airway, check first.
Yeah.
Then your like you say, your BCs, and then you check your everything else BLS. Like
Right. Yeah.
your
When, like
iPads.
we're checking our monitor, the
Yeah.
life pack,
So
we're
then
making sure
where's the
it's
monitor?
good.
Where's the monitor? Right here. So it's in the airway.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
always check.
we keep ours on the end of the cot
Okay.
until we get back in the truck with the patient. And then we have a spot on the back of our striker cot
Okay.
that it'll
Yeah.
hang.
Yeah.
And then we've got places in a couple of spots on the truck that we just slide it in,
Yeah.
when we're back in the truck.
Yeah.
We don't transport cardiac arrests
Really?
unless they arrest while we're en route. We play them where they lie,
Mm.
and
It's so
then if
cool.
we're
Okay.
when we get ROSC, then we transport. Or there's a few small caveats,
Mm-hmm.
but those are few. But no, we will play them where they lie.
Yeah, so like that's how I look at a truck though, because like if you stay and play, where are you going first? You're going right to the airway, and then you go to your secondary stuff, like, and then if you need to get them out, extricate out of a car, then you go to your sides, and then you go
Right.
so on and so on. That's how I look at a truck. And I try to teach students, like teach volunteers, like look at your important stuff because
Yeah,
what's your Super Bowl
anticipate your
touchdown,
worst call. What are you going to need on your worst call? And
and
that
then
we got
go
to make sure that that's ready to go.
yeah, and then look at your
Mhm.
your
Your ancillary stuff.
your what you call it? You guys do a truck checkout?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay,
no. So we are assigned a truck that stays at our post. So
gotcha.
I I don't go to like a headquarters. We do have a headquarters and there are people that
Mm,
work out of that. We have different posts and based on what your schedule is, it's assigned to that post. So I have a truck there and we generally keep it unless it's going in. We have a fleet manager and stuff they'll circle out for fleet maintenance, their PMs
yeah.
once a month. So we generally keep the same truck for a month, but our
Okay.
trucks are all identical. So
Right. Same.
everything's
Same.
set up identical.
Yeah.
But so like if we are at the first of our rotation, let's say like when I go back tomorrow, I'm working
Mm-hmm.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And unless something breaks on that truck, that's my truck all weekend and I know how I left it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I come back on, Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I will still check the big stuff. You need to make sure you didn't have an oxygen leak. You need to make sure
Yep.
your
Yep.
life pack is still charged, your
Yep.
Lucas is still charged, your
Yep.
suction,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of stuff. But as a general rule, I mean, that's my truck. My stuff's already on it.
Yep. And that makes you
So
better as a BLS EMT EMTA provider.
yeah, and we're blessed. We run paramedic EMT
Yeah. Same here. Same
on
here.
our trucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have two medics. It just depends on like if somebody's out that day, but it's always at least one medic and one EMT. We don't run any BLS trucks. Now I will run the BLS calls. We trade off. I don't just drive. I take those patients.
Yeah.
So
I was BLS. I have been BLS. I have been BLS in my last 6 shifts. So
I couldn't do it. I am so spoiled having a medic,
yeah,
and that's how my brain
I told
goes.
I told my BLS partner, I go, my EMT partner, I go, you wheel, I'll heal.
Yeah. Yep. Um, no, I
So
I love being able to take patients, so
yeah,
I take anyone I can get.
so obviously somebody coming in a new field, somebody's like either they're observing volunteer student and then brand new off the EMT ink of their cert. From the basics of it, just check your truck, be true to yourself, know the basics.
Yeah.
I always say know the fundamentals.
Hmm.
I always believe in that Kobe Bryant.
Hmm.
Someone went up to him, Kobe Bryant is like, why are you always the fundamentals? Because his fundamentals make you better.
Well, it's just like if you're a paramedic, if all else fails, go back to your ABCs,
Yep.
your fundamentals.
Yep. Yep.
So if you get stuck somewhere with your patient, go back to your ABCs and then build back on that. So same.
What what else would you in the mental health aspect? I know what I would say. What would you
Yeah, I kind of
say?
went off on a tangent, a
No,
different
no, no, no,
direction
no.
when you asked
No,
that.
I no that so I felt so I want to be dramatic. I felt so like what's the word? Confirmation, like confirmed that I know my true self. I know my why now, but I was not there. I was what you said, just on recliner. So with that and being true to yourself, and then we went to like it's
Yeah, we
always your work. Your work is why you're there, right? So you're checking a truck, you're doing the things. What other mental health aspects that you would want to piggyback on and let them be informed?
I want to normalize that it's okay to not be okay.
Mm,
I
mm,
want to normalize that if you need to talk, you talk. I want to normalize critical incident stress debriefs. I want to I want that to just be second nature and for nobody to ever feel like they're weak if they
yeah,
if they had a bad call and they don't know how to process that. I wasn't taught that when I first got into the business.
absolutely not.
And
Absolutely. I
that's
am. Yep.
where I went down in a ball of flames at one point. So I talk about it all the time. I'm sure everybody at work is like, stop. But no, I am huge on that. And, if somebody doesn't seem okay, I ask them, we have
Yeah.
that talk and they know now that I'm a peer, they know that my whatever they tell me is not going anywhere and that I'll also do whatever they need. If they need a counselor or a therapist or EAP or whatever, I mean, we get it. We get it done.
Yeah.
And that is my number one priority is just to normalize that. That
Yeah.
that is no questions asked. If that's what you need, we're going to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, and I go,
Because before we were taught, oh, you're
I
weak,
wasn't
or
taught
you shouldn't.
crap.
Yeah, you should have.
Roll with the punches.
Yeah, or oh, you're just not cut out for this,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
And that's not true at all. It's not true at all. I harp on this with I'm not even going to call it old timers, with the seasoned vets, with the seasoned veterans who have been through the war, going still through the war, need to like adapt, overcome, make yourself better. We all have this saying like, well, if I stop learning this field, I can get out. Well, that's also true to yourself. I don't care how long you've been doing this.
yeah.
If
But
you
there's a lot of them that just don't allow themselves to go there. They
They
feel like
don't.
they've got too much baggage that if they start now, this late in the game, working on their mental health, that it's just gonna implode.
It's going to implode. It's going to implode. And, I listen, I think everybody needs to go to therapy. I need to find new, I need to go to therapy. I have medication to help me. I have my brothers. I have my sisters. I have my family. I have my family. I have vices. So to normalize it, even from the young to the old, from the brand new to the middle to the seasoned vet, like you need to normalize that. And I think it's a trust issue too.
Sure, sure. Because that's a vulnerable state to be in, to say that you're not okay. And that would be the other thing, I would tell them, get a therapist when you first get into this. Because even if you don't think you need them now,
You're gonna need them later.
you're going to need them
You're
later.
gonna need them
And
later.
I did a video the other day about my first visit with my new therapist because they told us in our CISM class that if we didn't have one, that was our homework assignment to get one.
Yeah.
And I went in thinking, well, I'm fine. I don't really need this, but I'll get established with her and stuff. And apparently I'm not fine. I have
Ha!
anger. I have anger
Ha!
management issues. Can you imagine that I would be an angry person?
Man, I don't know. A Brooks and Dunn song just came in my head. I don't know. You could be, yeah.
Apparently, yes. I just always thought it was because I was a very principled individual. And my motto is it's the principle of the matter.
Well, how'd you meet your husband the first?
Exactly. So I'm a little intense, I've been told.
So, and this goes back to what I said, and this is the reason why my brand, my that logo
Mhm.
is the
Yeah.
sheepdog.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're at, where you're from, and how long you've been first responding. You are a sheepdog. Not that you think you don't know it, but you are. Like I know I am. I have this aggression. I have this intensity. I have this,
Well, and you're there to protect your pack, basically.
and
That's
yeah, our sheep are out there. We talk about them on TikTok all the time. We talk about them on TikTok with our 911 dispatchers. We talk about them when we're on police. We talk about them when we're EMS. We talk about them when they're nurses. The sheep are out there. There are sheepdog protectors, sheepdog, different types, right? Police are sheepdogs. Nice.
100% yes.
Firefighters are too. EMS personnel, definitely. It's just depending on how far, like it pops in my head, the transport crews, the transport EMS. So it's not even EMS, it's just transport services.
Oh, yeah, the IFTs, yeah.
Yeah. It's how far you want to go. Like, do you want to? That's fine. But there's something inside that you have an aggression. You have a sheepdog type
Mentality or
mentality.
personality, yeah.
Yeah. I believe in that. I believe it was, I forgot his name. It was black. It's a colonel from an army. and his philosophy. I put it in a post. So I am not shocked that you are okay, but you're not okay, and you're going to make yourself better. Same as me. I need to
Yeah.
go find new therapy. I
Yeah.
need to go and figure out, all right, this aggression. I'll tell you what. I'll be transparent. I had my hypervigilance was up. I was short.
Yeah.
I was not with it because not but an hour or two ago I had a very bad call that led me into where I went with my family. My hypervigilance was up. I went in the shadows and I'm looking at everybody. But the self awareness is there, and people don't like our brothers and sisters don't understand that. Like, where does this aggression come from? Police, absolutely. Detectives, absolutely. Firefighters, yes. EMS personnel, what do I do with this thing? I thought I was here to help people. You are. It just looks different. You're a sheepdog. I think they're just things that as we got to stop eating our own.
100%.
And
Yeah.
that's what happens with the negativity. Like, and you felt it too. And
That's
you,
what happened when I very first got into back
yep,
in 1998.
back in the day.
Back in the day when I was on the Oregon Trail trying not to get dysentery, it was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. It was I've just never been I've never been treated so badly in all my life. Other
Yeah,
females, we should be lifting each other up. We should be fixing each other's crown. And they were not. They were knocking my crown off and kicking it down the street. It was
yeah.
bad.
And
It
that
was
is
awful.
now today, if they're still around, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they're not
Fortunately,
okay.
yeah.
And maybe they've lived with it, but you doing that, you're going to hurt the generation that we need to come in. And they are not you. I am not you. I am a millennial, but I'm a different type of millennial. Now
Yeah.
what? We got the Generation
You're like
Z,
an old
Z's.
soul. You're like an old soul millennial.
Yeah.
You're
So
almost an honorary Gen Xer.
I know, right? I was born in '84. I lived
Eh,
in the '80s, '90s. So, but
yeah.
yeah, I think that's. I feel like that's where we could end it at.
Yeah. I just
Uh,
100% will not let anybody treat a new person like that. I will
no,
step in. I will step in and I will ruin your day if you start treating new people like that.
it's funny. Back with my other squad, I was. What was his name? Code 3. I forgot his name. The
I
Code
know.
3 guy.
Randy, was it Randy?
I think it's Randy, and I was that. What are you doing here? Why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
What the f are you doing here? Like, I remember we went to a diner and we were gonna eat, and I'm like super exhausted. I know why I'm exhausted. By the way, we can get into that half
Yeah.
too. Hypervigilance, adrenaline, cortisol, long shifts, bad calls, good calls. You're providing. You're literally providing. And I remember coming off, like, just getting back on. I think I was getting off at 36. So I was getting back on another 12. And we had a student there. I was so
You were crispy.
I was not. They told me keep drinking coffee. I'm like, okay. So I would look at this person. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why do you want this? Like, and not knowing that I do want this. We have to learn, maybe someday, I don't know, instead of, somebody says, oh, thank you for your service. No, thank you for, I forgot what Matt Best is. It was a Matt Best. It was thank you for my service. And it was everything he signed up for.
Yeah.
And maybe one day we will get there where it is 3 a.m. Gam's on the floor, but you know what? Get some.
Yeah.
It's a 10 call pile up, middle of January, and it's just you two until the fire department gets there. Get some. Like, there's gonna be a day,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know when, where it's just get some. It's gonna embrace the suck. It's gonna be, this is why I signed up for.
Mhm.
And that's part of that. That's part of the mental health. But also, we didn't sign up for all the bad stuff either.
I was
You
thinking
know?
about that the other day, and it's like we are, as first responders, as a whole, as a collective, we are the ones that will do the stuff that nobody else wants to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then when the coin flips and maybe we're not at our best or we fail somewhere, then we are looked upon negatively because we aren't perfect. And it's like, I can't go do the stuff and the things that you don't want to do. and be expected perfect and all of that all the time. I'm going to have the RBF sometimes. There's a poor guy at Taco Bell the other day that thought he was being real cute when he had my order and he said, "D nice." And I'm not sure he's recovered from the look I gave him. And I'm trying to be nice because I'm in uniform, but I was not having it. I had been to 4 other places that day trying to get food. And either we got a call or they were cash only because their thing was down. And so by the time I had settled, which don't get me wrong, I like Taco Bell, it's got its place. That wasn't what I wanted, but I was doing it out of sheer necessity at that point.
Yeah.
I was hangry. And there's the only thing worse than a menopausal Gen X female is a hangry menopausal Gen X female.
Yep.
And I didn't there's just really only a few people that can get away with the D nice thing or the de nephew. I freaking hate that joke. I hate it.
Man.
But there's a few people that can get away with it. I let it slide. But yeah, that poor the ire, the sheer whatever energy it was that I sent his way was not.
And that's the thing. You didn't sign up for that.
No.
You didn't, like, from the small, even from like some of the things that we go through, that the public try to be cute, or they're, just they're
They
complaining about you, how you drive, or complaining how
Yeah.
about you.
It's like if one little facet of that isn't perfect, their experience, the roads were terrible. Yeah, no kidding. There's nothing I can do about the roads, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
The cot's not comfortable. Well, sorry, we weren't expecting you to stay very long, you know.
Yep. Yep.
But it's like we do the stuff nobody wants to do, but yet we're still held to just a ridiculous standard of how our persona should be all the time, and we have to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just so unrealistic and it's hard. And I try so hard to always be nice and be on, but it just doesn't happen all the time.
No.
And
No. No. No, and it's true. And then some of the things of that we do not get signed up for. We do not.
yeah.
We do not sign up for that.
Well, when you
Some
like
of the
you
things
talk
we
about
do.
Gam Gam, you show up to pick Gam Gam off the floor and there's 10 other family members standing there.
Yep.
You guys couldn't have picked her up? And then
Can't
me and
say
my
that. Right. Can't
yeah,
say that. Right. Yeah.
me and my partner roll in. We're both 5 foot nothing. And then they have the audacity to say, "Well, you can't pick them up." Really? Really?
Yeah. And
Really?
yeah. That's. Yep.
So, and then it's like, watch this, hold my beer. Because, yes, we are picking your 400-pound game up off the floor. And, but yet we have to be like, it's fine. When
Yeah.
really
And
I'm like,
that's.
I
Yep.
can go if you want to do this, I can leave, if I'm not good enough for you.
Yep. And that's what we didn't sign up for. There's some things we signed up for. There's some things we didn't sign up for, and a lot of things we didn't sign up for. It'll build up, and that's why the vices, the therapy, the medications, the music, the creations, whatever you do,
Yeah.
whatever you heart's desire, where it doesn't hurt people or hurt yourself.
Right, right.
That's where you need to, like, where you need to be. That's
Yeah.
where that's and that's okay.
Yeah.
To be not okay.
Absolutely.
I'll end it there. We'll land a plane. I'll end it with this. What kind of beer do you drink?
What kind of beer do I drink?
Do you drink beer?
Once in a while. I like whining kugels. I know, isn't that cute?
I do too. I like me some Smirnoff, some Mikes.
I can't do that.
My God, Denise, I literally went to Texas Roadhouse, which I don't
Yeah.
know.
We have one where
You
I
have
live.
one.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big NASCAR guy. Like, I like
Oh yeah.
F1. I love
Boogity,
racing.
boogity, boogity. Let's go racing.
Who's on the other except before you get my ADHD.
I grew
So
up with racing, right?
so you do like NASCAR?
Well, yeah, my dad built late model race cars, and yeah, for dirt track and stuff around here. But yeah, I've been to Atlanta.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I've watched more races, but ever since they went to restrictor plates, it just went downhill.
Yeah,
When they
see,
got rid of the Yep, when
yeah,
they got rid of when they added the restrictor plates and got rid of the Marlboros, it just all went downhill.
I agree. I agree. I agree. There's some, because of Dale Jr., Mark Martin, and a couple others that like Bob the Bonnie, and they have, especially Mark Martin, and Dale Jr. They have literally made that sport better today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
So I was
my dad actually knows Mark Martin and
really, I
yeah,
love
he used to. So where
that.
I grew up at the fairgrounds, there was a dirt track.
Hmm.
And back when he first got his start on dirt track, he would come and he would race there.
Did you
And
do you know Kenny
my
Schrader then?
I know who he is, of course,
Who
but
he
I
is? Okay,
don't
but have
know
you
him.
met him?
Yeah,
No.
no, I
Okay.
grew up with Richard Petty and
Okay.
Kel Yarborough
Yep.
and Daryl Waltrip. Yeah, all the old ones. Yeah, I am an 80s NASCAR girl all the way.
Went to Texas Roadhouse. I know where I was going. I knew where I was going with it. I went to Texas Roadhouse. So Dale Jr. and his wife, they were not at the racetrack because they got Dale Jr. They got Junior Motorsports
Yeah.
for the O'Reilly series.
Mhm.
Well, he went to Texas Roadhouse in Nashville, and they started a drink called Dale Yeah. And it's just creamsicle. You will love this. It's this creamsicle orange
Okay.
vodka drink.
Ooh, that sounds
It is
dangerous.
so good. I only had that
That
once.
sounds dangerous. That sounds real
Denise is
dangerous.
going to Texas. How do you get the
No,
car?
no, so I do like a good fruity drink. I am a rum and pineapple and coconut kind of person. But I will tell you, I really don't drink that much.
Mm.
I have this really bizarre sense of duty because I volunteer on our local fire department. I'm not
Okay.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
firefighter, but we also have a medical response group. So I run medicals. And when I'm home, I actually feel guilty if I have a drink because
Okay. That makes sense.
if my neighbor had an emergency, I would feel terrible if I couldn't go help them. So yeah, unless I am going to be like out and I'm away or I'm at on the beach, Katie bar the door. If I'm on a beach or a cruise ship, yeah,
How do you
it's
go get the?
happening.
How do you go get
We're
the
getting the
drink?
drink package. We're getting the drink package. But I that is one thing that I have just not allowed myself to do is just come home and be like, I need a beer or I
Yeah.
need a drink. I
Yeah.
do not allow myself to do that. I don't feel like that I have an addictive tendency, but that is just something I've not allowed myself to do. And I've been very cognizant of not doing that.
Yeah. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I love it. That's fair enough. Yeah, I drink. I went to my uncle Wayne. He collected a lot of Budweiser stuff, and for some reason, something clicked inside. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is, but something clicked from the smell and from the taste. I'm like, man, I want a Budweiser. I want a Bud so bad, and I don't know why that
Like a
clicked.
regular Bud, not a Bud Light.
No, Budweiser.
Good
And
what?
I got a 12 pack, a 15 pack recently, and I've been drinking not like maybe once in a while, maybe once a week, once. I don't know. I really haven't really. It's still about like 1,000 in there because I don't touch it. But when I
Have you
do,
ever
I don't know what it is. It brings me back to my uncle's house.
Yeah. My dad back in the day drank Coors Light.
I know. I heard some people say the
And
Coors is good.
those little pony cans, he used to have
Yeah.
the yeah, and yeah. And that's a core memory for me. It's the
Yeah.
little Coors Light cans. I was gonna say something really profound. What was it? If you ever go to St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
do of course you know that it's all been so publicized, with all the woke stuff. But Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company in St. Louis, they do a tour of the
Mm-hmm.
brewery, and
That'd be awesome.
it's really cool. We went there, and it was funny because my son was 15 when we went into. I mean, this has been 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had his learner's permit, but he wasn't licensed. And we went, and he's tall. And so they were like trying to give him samples. We did the premium tour. So
Yeah.
we were getting lots of samples along the way.
Yeah.
We were partaking a fair amount throughout the tour.
It's a
And
good. I love it.
they kept offering him a beer and he's like, no, I'm only 15. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, crap, whoops.
Shut it
And
down.
yeah, shut it down. But it was And then at the end, you get to like take free samples home. Like, different, you could put together different packs and stuff. We had to stay at the restaurant and eat for a while.
Yeah.
Before we could leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you just drive us? And he was like, driving in downtown St. Louis with a permit and drunk parents. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess we are here for a while.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, if you're gonna get, he's older now, so if you're gonna go do anybody's gonna go do Texas Roadhouse.
Bring a driver.
Go bring a driver because it was freaking awesome.
Well, I will try that sometime. Yeah.
Hey, Denise, as before we leave off, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Technically on YouTube, but I don't have much out there. I need to be better about that. But everything's under the Boo Boo Bus Driver. And so, yeah.
All right.
That's where I be.
The Boo Boo Bus Driver.
The Boo Boo Bus Driver, yeah.
Denise, we're going to have you on. You're going to be kind of like a regular once a month, 2 a month, every day. I don't know.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you, Chris.
I learned so much from you and just going back and forth. And guys, go follow her. Her content's great. She's 28 years old and hasn't aged a bit.
No, I haven't aged a bit. We didn't even talk about my new nose. We'll save that for another time.
Save it because I'm a horrible friend. This girl went through a nose, and I was like, there she is. Why she got a new nose? And then I would be like a squirrel. Ooh, and I'm like, I gotta text her, but she's okay. So let's talk about that.
It's good. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it looks good. You look good. Look good. So guys, follow me.
Yes, follow him.
You know what to do. I don't need to tell you. I have a website.
Do the stuff and the things.
Stuff and things.
Yeah.
I know we have that terminology, stuff and things. I love it. Follow me on everything you can think of. I'm not on X yet, but I will be because I want to post ridiculous quotes and stuff. Denise, it was a pleasure.
It was my pleasure, Chris. Thank you.
Always a geek, always EMS.
Always.